police will have an independent budget. They will not be begging for money from other offices. We will allocate them the resources as is being done by Parliament, and we will begin to make demands of them on matter security, because in the past they used to give excuses of depending on finances from other offices.
My advice would be, if you see IG Mutyambayi, tell him to start writing his resignation letter. That is what I say. I don't know why, but I have this feeling that William Ruto will end up doing a very good job for his country. In the first 1 week, in fact like 2 weeks span, William Ruto has actually reduced the price of fertilizer from 6,500 shillings to 3,500 shillings. He's also appointed the judges, the controversial judges. You remember the 6 judges Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta ended up not appointing for various reasons.
I, Mchelule Agri Utsiula, Judge of the Court of Appeal, do swear.
William Ruto too has signed an executive order essentially letting the police have their own budget and accounting for themselves, and actually requested the police, that is IG Mutyambayi, to operate independently. William Ruto within this same time has basically said that he's not going to interfere with the fuel subsidy. You remember, even when foreign exchange was liberated, there was a lot of resistance that, what will it happen if you let the foreign exchange market open, that is a dollar shilling rate. But right now we are used to it and it's working pretty well, except for recently, we had, a dollar crunch, but that is neither here nor there. William Ruto similarly has actually given the judiciary freedom and a budget outside the office of the president. Within no time, William Ruto has basically done a number of things that you will see results. A lot of other people think that by liberalizing the fuel industry, prices go up. Yes, the prices or the cost of fuel will go up, transportation costs will go up, but over time it will settle down. I like this subsidy of fertilizer because basically William Ruto is targeting, the consumer, the production end of the entire scope. Instead of subsidizing ugali, maize meal, he's decided to subsidize fertilizer. There are a number of things basically that work together, like cost of transport and everything, ultimately for the cost of unga to come down. It could take time. Maybe a lot of people are saying that after the rains, then maybe the price will come down. But I think the mechanism, the entire settlement of the price could take until the end of the year. After doing all that, William Ruto jumped on board an aircraft and went to UK, to mourn the Queen. Thereafter, William Ruto, in fact today, is expected to meet the US administration to settle a number of issues and of course to be able to introduce himself into that international arena. But my question today is simple. I just wanted to find out exactly what William Ruto is attempting to achieve by allowing IG Mutyambayi to be independent of his office and to be independent financially such that IG Mutyambayi does not rely on money coming from the office of the president. Two things I will tell you. Number one, I think William Ruto is trying to tell IG Mutyambayi it's a warning shot. You either perform or get out. That is one. That is the message that I get. So that's a warning shot to IG Mutyambayi to move. And I will tell you why. The second thing William Ruto is trying to achieve is essentially telling his friends in Kenya Kwanza, listen, the police are independent, the judiciary is independent, and if anything happens, please don't call my number because I will not be involved. So that's like also a warning in one way or another to the guys in Kenya Kwanza, especially those ones with court cases, those ones who basically have issues with the police. He is telling them in one way or another, and for that matter, Azimio too, because there are no angels there. He is telling them that your days are numbered. So my question today is, will IG Mutyambayi shape up? Well, I will put it this way. IG Mutyambayi has a lot of things to do. Number one, there's the issue of cattle rustling, which has been there, and IG Mutyambayi has been in office now for a while, which basically they've not been able to settle. That's a problem. Right now, as we speak, there's that kind of what I call extrajudicial killing, or what is suspected to be extrajudicial killing, where bodies, instead of fish, are being actually fished out of Yala River. You know, so IG Mutyambayi has that to tell Kenyans exactly who is killing Kenyans in Kenya. You know, body bags every other day. So IG Mutyambayi too has to deal with corruption within its ranks first. You know, as in terms of bribery, it's an open secret and it's been a free for all. If you look at police, you know, they take it to Kidogo and it's open. I'm sure you are not going to stop the hustler and ask him for some bribe because of some traffic issue. So IG Mutyambayi has to deal with inside the police force. By the way, Rigiji kicked out CID or DCI out of government office, like in the city halls. He's told them to park and even go to Kiamburo, where they will be operating from there, which some people actually interpret to be like fighting against corruption. But in his view, that was just another avenue for corruption. So IG Mutyambayi is going to deal within his ranks and be able to do that. And then now look at those people who are basically looting, stealing basically left, right, and center. So William Ruto is looking at corruption as a long-term problem that he has to sort out. And that is the kind of message that is going to IG Mutyambayi, a warning shot to politicians in Kenya Kwanza and Azimio, warning shots, don't call my number when you are caught doing something wrong. Do you think IG Mutyambayi will shape up and do what he needs to do? My advice would be, if you see IG Mutyambayi, tell him to start writing his resignation letter. That is what I say. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome to Talk to Africa. My name is George.